All right, Indiana, there's a couple new laws that were passed this year. They're going to take effect next year. They're related to elections. The primary election here in Indiana is only about 10 months away, so these are some important things that you're going to want to know and maybe prepare for. A big one is related to the voter ID requirements. Previously, you could use any Indiana or federally issued ID when you go to the polls to vote. That could be a passport, a U.S. military ID, a driver's license, or a college ID issued by a state institution like Indiana University, Ball State, Purdue, Indiana State, things like that. That is the one that's going to be going away. Moving forward, college IDs from state institutions will no longer be able to be used to vote at the polls. And it's important that we spread the word about this because these days, a lot of young individuals are not getting driver's license or they're getting them later in life. So many of them are using their college IDs as their primary form of identification. Also, I'd like to remind people that you cannot use an ID from another state when you go vote. So driver's licenses from Michigan, Ohio, Florida, any other state cannot be used. Even if you're currently registered to vote in Indiana and you just haven't updated that ID yet, you cannot use another state's ID to vote. The other major change that is going to be taking effect is related to school board races. These races used to be nonpartisan, meaning there was no political party affiliation required for people who are running. That is changing. Moving forward, school board candidates are going to be able to declare their political party affiliation. It's going to be really interesting to me to see how that plays out, and if that plays out differently in different areas of the state, different cities, different school boards. I suspect that it will. My guess is that many candidates are going to feel like they have to declare a party in order to gain an advantage or even just equal footing for everyone else that's doing it. And that's likely going to lead to political parties, including school board candidates, in their slates, in their messaging, in their fundraising. And that's obviously not going to help with our currently hyper-political and hyper-polarized environment, especially in schools. I'm not a fan of either of these changes. I worry that losing the ability to use state college IDs is going to disenfranchise voters. People are going to show up to vote, not realizing that they're not able to vote using that ID. And then the school board partisan thing just seems nuts to me. I think the last place that we need more politics is in our schools, but here we are.